Good evening and welcome to Real World, the holiest deity, the holiest person in the world, in the holiest spot, in the holiest moment. Kain Gadol, Beit Kodesh Kodashim. On Yom Kippur goes in. When he goes in, no person can be in the Kodesh Kodashim. When he b'vaya, the pasuk says, Feit Chazal, Feit the Medrash, wasn't the Kain Gadol himself a person? What do you mean no person could be there when he's inside? He was a person and he was inside. So the Medrash answers, V'Karabba, in Parshas Chemais, the Medrash answers that he was a malach. The Kain Gadol at that moment ascended to the level of malach. His face shone like a malach, radiated like a malach. And like the pasuk says, Ki malach Hashem tzvakaisu, on Sifsei Kain, on the Kain Gadol. He became like a malach. Okay. The Mari de Kaseifa, Chesed Lavram, written by Yidin Matral, Baron Trace, and the big Talmud Chacham of Balabas, who learns hours every day. He wrote a Mari de Kaseifa. So he says over here, a vote from Shemala Amshnava on this week's Parsha. He says, by Yosef, the pasuk says, Yosef couldn't hold back anymore. He had to reveal himself to his brothers. Take out everybody. There was no person with him. When Yosef revealed himself to his brother, there was no people with him in the room. Out of respect for his brothers, that people shouldn't have to witness that. Dr. Shemalam Shnava, Baron Drezen tells us to this Chazal. Yosef had looked at his brothers who disdained him, who mocked him. They vilified him, they sold him away. They're ready to kill him. And you know what he says to them? I'm worried about your covet. Don't worry that you did this to me. Don't worry. I'll tell you to the Ren Shalom. Don't feel bad about it. It was nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. We're good. You guys are okay. He was busy with their covet and with their dignity, with their respect. Yosef Atzadik took away any traces of humanness in him. The humanness was not with him at that moment. He ascended to the level of a malach. For a person to rise to that kind of level of b'dam l'chavere, not to be vengeful, not to want to get regard, not to want to dig it in a little bit, not to want to say anything. That's being a malach. There's a yid, Bechil Mordechai Gordon, the Lamzor Yeshiva, big guy, big time chacham. Rahman al-San, he lost everything. He lost his wife, he lost his children, he lost everything in the world. He was left with one son out of either 10 or 12 children. He had one son left, and after the war he was in Eretz Yisrael, and that one son was killed. Rahman al-San. And he didn't know. And somebody told him, somebody broke the news. Bechil Mordechai didn't know that his son had that this accident had befallen him, Rahman al-San, and someone told him Bechil Mordechai. They saw somebody, a person who wasn't so well, came over and told him his condolences, and he looked confused, and he didn't react. And then he went back to Yeshiva and went into his office, and he locked the door, and he cried for a long time. His last surviving child. And somebody asked the Lamzor Yeshiva later, how did he have the kayach not to react when the person told him? So he said, I realized when he told me the news that he thought I knew and I didn't know. So had I reacted in a way that reflected my pain, he would have known that he was the one to tell me this news, and he wouldn't have been able to live with himself. That would have made him feel horrible. He's a person who already suffered so much. I couldn't bring that suffering to him, so I had to keep myself strong from reacting so that he should think I knew. I accepted his condolences. Then when I went to Yeshiva, I already found out what happened. That means a person has the capacity to rise to a place where he is not a person, he's a malach. That's what the pasuk is telling us over here. There was no ish in the room, not with the Kain Gadol. There was no ish with the Yosef Atzadik. There was no traces of humanness. A person could do that.